Hey guys, I hope you're all doing very well. Welcome back to another video. And unfortunately, against another big team, Chelsea can't get a result. Now, in terms of like the performances against the big clubs like Manchester City, Liverpool, and so on, we failed to capitalize on these games. And today against Liverpool, it was no different. So, obviously, the game is the first game from the international break, and going into it, Chelsea didn't have Cucurella or Fofana for this game because they were suspended. So Tosin Adarabioyo came in and Reece James came in. Now, it was good to see Reece James come back from injury, but unfortunately his impact didn't really improve the team's play. Now, I'm not really going to sort of blame individuals for their performances or anything like that, but in general, it wasn't a good performance. Now, I think Liverpool, judging on the balance of play, were the better team. They were more clinical. They showed their quality throughout the game. I think really the man of the match for me would be Curtis Jones. I thought he was really good. And really a lot of the play that Liverpool had caused Chelsea a lot of problems defensively. And judging the attacking play that Chelsea did, it was too slow in the final third. Too many sideways, backwards passing, just slowing up the play in Liverpool's attacking third, and we just had no option to pick from. Now, I'm going to be very critical of some players. I think Cole Palmer for me was atrocious, just non-existent throughout that whole game. I don't think realistically he had a clear chance throughout the whole game, and yeah, just absolutely poor from him. I was very shocked that even when Nkunku came off, that Madueke came off instead of Cole Palmer. That for me was a real flaw from the manager. Now, I know he's been our highest goal scorer, been getting the goals for us, but like you have to take perspective from the game today that he just didn't have the impact. So I don't understand why Maresca thought it was a good idea to keep him on the pitch, knowing that he's not really doing much throughout the game. And even like the substitutions, I think Neto did made some runs and everything, but to be fair, it didn't really trouble Liverpool at all. I think they set up very well, and pretty much like every attack that Chelsea had going into their half, even for all the possession and everything, it was just we weren't capitalizing on any of the chances. So yeah, let's actually talk about the game. So obviously Liverpool take the lead throughout the game through a penalty. Levi Colwell just literally just lashed at Curtis Jones when he was going through on goal, and he misses the ball completely. It was a very obvious penalty from that point, and again, just really poor discipline from the players. Again, like Jackson, he's already been warned about the penalty. The penalty's been given, and he's still kind of, pushing the boundaries and pushing the referee to give him a card. And again, poor discipline and another poor yellow card. This has now become a little bit of an issue with players getting booked quite a lot, and it seems that Chelsea can't keep their discipline for a lot of the games that they're playing when things are kind of struggling and not going their way. So that's really poor. So Liverpool take the lead. Mo Salah takes a penalty. Second half, Chelsea do pick up the intensity. Second half, it was actually a good, well worked goal. Moises Caicedo plays to Jackson. He runs through, gets the goal. And it looks like hopefully things could be stable after equalising. But 2-3 minutes later, all of a sudden, just fall apart. A very, very poor defensive line. I don't understand why we're playing a defensive line or playing an offside trap when Curtis Jones is literally just running through our defence. Like, someone needs to literally try and mark the runners and track the runners. And nobody does it. Gusto doesn't do it. Like, Colwell doesn't do it. It's honestly really poor defending. But judging that, it was I think on the perspective of the game, Liverpool just had the quality and they got the win. And I think it kind of shows that Chelsea just aren't there for really challenging against the big clubs yet. And there's still a lot that needs to be worked on. But I really have to kind of get into this perspective real quick. Every attacking threat that Chelsea were doing was really not phasing Liverpool at all. I swear, like every single time we were going down the wing or just playing through the middle, it was not really capitalizing on anything. It was just a very slow transition, and all the time it was just sideways, backwards, just slowing up the play, and Liverpool get all their players back. we really do struggle to really make chances against these big teams, and we don't really seem to find another outlet or another plan to really make the difference. And I really think Maresca has to kind of work with this. Like, actually, he's got a lot of players in the squad. Yes, it's a lot to work with, but he has to kind of find a different way of actually taking players off, like Palmer or Jackson potentially, and just finding a different sort of style of play that can actually make the difference. Because unfortunately, it just didn't work today. Also, another thing I also want to highlight: the passing around the back is really something that I think Chelsea really struggle with. It's just every single time Chelsea pass around the back, whether it's from Sanchez distributing the ball to the defensive back line, it is so sloppy. It's very slow. We're passing in very dangerous positions that, like today, Liverpool got the press right and it was creating havoc. Like, they were actually able to make Chelsea give the ball away, just lose the transition, and they were winning the ball back. It was really, really poor. And, Sanchez also made another mistake as well that he's really, really liable for. Like, a lot of times, like, his passing around the back has, cost us. Like, it cost us goals. It didn't cost us, like, a goal today, but it's been very poor. And he's been kind of a little bit lucky with the penalty, but obviously VAR ruled that out. But yeah, it's just poor. Like, I think they need to work more on the training ground, knowing how to distribute the ball around the back to actually create successful transitions. Like today, for example, it was not successful at all. And I think for Liverpool, they kind of isolated us, and even when they got back into their positions for every transition that Chelsea were doing, it just didn't materialise. But yeah, generally disappointing result for Chelsea after the international break, and a disappointing result. Gotta give Liverpool credit. They're a good team. They seem like they're gonna challenge for the title, I guess. But for Chelsea, it's empty hands, and hopefully Chelsea could just move on from this result and think about the next games in hand. But yeah, hope you guys like, comment, subscribe, dislike if you dislike. Thank you for watching, and yeah, that's about it. See you later.